Welcome to SFA All Access. I'm Walker Coe, and on this episode we're going to be learning about Greek Week, an exciting event that brings traditions of Greek life to the forefront of campus and the impact it has on SFA students. Stay tuned to hear more from Alpha Chi Omega's delegate, Emma Garcia. Join with me today is Emma Garcia, Alpha Chi Omega's very own Panhellenic delegate, here to give us a look into the exciting events and traditions of Greek Week. Thank you for coming on the show, Emma.
Thank you for having me, Mark.
Okay, so obviously you've been in Alpha Chi Omega for a while,
Yes,
haven't
3
you?
years.
3 years. Okay, my sister has been in there for about a year and a half, almost two.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been in there for a while. So she's done Greek Week for a while. Yes. And for our viewers who haven't heard about Greek Week, what is Greek Week?
So Greek Week's just a week dedicated to the sororities and fraternities on campus. It gives us a chance to kind of intertwine with people besides our little chapter bubbles that we're typically associated with, and not only give back to the community, but we're also able to just get to know each other a little bit more and find out more about each other on campus.
Well, that's good. I'm glad that I think that kind of leads into the second question of how it's important for Greek life on campus as a whole.
Yeah, it's very important. Excuse me. The big event usually kicks it off, which gives us a chance to recognize too that there's more to Nacogdoches than just SFA itself. We're able to give back. We had one of our hosts, Tony, he had his property there. We were able to help him. He treated us to a hot dog dinner afterwards. So just being able to, again, go beyond our little Alpha Chi bubble and to be able to be around people who aren't 20 to 18 years old and give back to people that do make a difference in the community as well.
Well, that's good. That's good. So, and when it comes to the Greek Week events, I do see that there's a lot of different stuff that you guys do. Like you guys are out on the intramural fields, you guys are at the rec center pool, in the auditorium. How are these events decided, and how are the teams separated specifically?
So we have an Order of Omega board, and Dr. Lacey Folsom, my hat goes off to her every time. Directing a bunch of 18 to 20-year-olds is not easy, and she made sure, and our board as well, made it all as effortless and as fun as it could have been. This year they were able to incorporate more non-athletic events, because typically it's tug of war, build a boat, more hands-on things. But this year we incorporated like a Shark Tank mock-up, where students were able to make a team, build a pitch, and present to a panel of judges. So,
that's awesome.
Yes, definitely watching it develop over these 3 years has been so much fun. I see it get better every year.
That's awesome. Is there any money that is raised during this
Yes.
week, and where do the proceeds go?
So there's a week-long event called Coin Wars, and this year we were able to raise $11,000. I think it was more towards $11,800 for the Children Miracles Network, and that's a nonprofit that basically raises awareness and money for North American children hospitals across the country.
Well, I'm glad that is a good cause that you all are choosing to do, which I didn't know that Greek Week was also helping out with a charity. I think that's really cool for y'all to be doing that, and I hope that y'all continue to do that, and it grows more to where it's not just one, it is multiple.
Yes.
But that's awesome.
Yes.
And lastly, I would like to ask, how can people on campus who are not a part of Greek life, not part of a sorority, not part of a fraternity, how can they become a part of Greek Week?
Well, Greek Week is open to all spectators as well. Like you said, we're on the intramural fields, we're at the rec pool, so students that were at the rec at the same time we were doing our Build-A-Boat competition, we saw them kind of peering out and just kind of being interested, and also being those people too. We have executive officers who do notice, who's looking around, try to be a friendly smile, helping hand, ask if they're interested or anything else that might be a part of, just to gauge. And again, sorority and fraternities, we're just all common like people. We all have common shares and I guess differences as well, which is great. So just finding more people and letting them branch out too. It's always good to try something new as well.
That's good, because I went to go see y'all's lip sync battle.
Yeah.
I thought that was very entertaining. I'd never been to one of those.
Yes.
And my sister was like, hey, this is gonna be fun. And I was like, okay, we'll see. No, I actually did have a good time, and everybody was nice when I walked in the door, which was very cool. So but you guys do very fun events.
Yes,
I
it's
like-
definitely a good time, and so much work goes into it too. Like you said, the lip sync, the dances,
Oh, yeah.
the singing, music. There's a lot that goes into it, and seeing everyone get so creative and so competitive as well. Healthy competition's fun.
Yeah.
I did athletics all throughout high school, and that competitive never really goes away. So seeing my friends kind of get on that board was definitely a lot of fun.
That's
too.
so cool. That's so cool. Stay with us, and when we return, we'll talk about Emma, and we'll talk with Emma about students' involvement in Greek life and the benefits of being involved. We'll be right back with more All Access after this. We're back with Emma Garcia, ready to hear about what Greek life is all about and its impact at SFA. Welcome back to the show, Emma.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think a lot of people that are viewing this would like to know what really is a sorority and a fraternity, and what exactly is a Panhellenic Council.
Okay, so sorority, excuse me, and fraternities are, like I said earlier, just common like people differences as well, just kind of coming together. We were all moving away from our homes, all post high school, kind of looking for our niche, our people. I personally moved 7 hours away from home, so knowing I wanted to find a common group of people like myself and still branching out was definitely something I had in mind that I can assume most students have in mind as well.
Yeah.
Leaving home at such a young age, I guess at 18, it's kind of like your whole world is moving. But getting to make friends, make connections. We're under our Panhellenic Council, and it oversees our 5 sororities. And it's just a council that keeps us all in line of recruitment,
Gotcha.
rules, I guess it's like a student council board for the council. That's my best kind
Okay.
of description for it.
Okay, I think that makes the picture a lot easier to look at. And as for somebody who does come, I'm not 7 hours away from home. I'm more about an hour and a half away from home. But still, that shift was hard. And the fact that you found a community that cares about you and that like a sisterhood, that's really cool. My sister got to find that in Alpha Chi Omega too. So I'm glad that she found you guys.
Me too. I am very glad too. It's a great sisterhood. And
Yeah.
again, just meeting people like yourself and meeting people that aren't like yourself. I have so many friends that I can have so many different conversations with, but at the end of the day, I know that they do love and care about me, which
Well,
is very
that's good.
nice.
That's good. As for somebody who wants to get involved, how does that process start to get into Greek life?
So in August, before the semester starts, a potential new member, also PNM, will go through a formal recruitment, which is so fun and exciting. It's a week long for chapters and the PNM to get to know each other. And
Okay.
at the end of the week, if both of them feel it's a good fit, there's a bid, an invitation to join the sorority or fraternity. It really allows the students or potential new members to find their interests. Each sorority has a different philanthropy. Alpha Chi's is the fight against domestic violence. So being able to connect with that, lead through that, and finding your home each and every place. It's really
Gotcha.
nice.
Okay. That's cool. So when you, how has your experience been, and why and did you choose Alpha Chi Omega?
I can definitely say my experience has been nothing but positive. Being a freshman, like I said, moving so far from home, knowing I needed some kind of family. I'm a very family girl. I have 3 little siblings, so
Aw.
being the sister is definitely
Yeah.
something I looked for. But now being able to have older sisters and my friends, being able to watch them do these things and get creative and just being their support system has been such a blessing to me. Personally, I did choose Alpha Chi because I found that there.
Yeah.
There's different takes on it. People can say they found their home right away. Some girls take longer to fit in. I felt like I had that good medium. I felt nothing but warmth and invitation coming into Alpha Chi, and it's maintained that way throughout my 3 years being
Well,
here.
that's wonderful. I'm glad that you found that, and that has maintained throughout your time, and hopefully until the time that you leave,
last
and
year.
even past the time that you're an alumni, which hopefully that becomes the case.
Yes, definitely.
And obviously, like when it comes to Greek life, I feel like for me personally, I think Greek life gets a bad rap.
I agree.
Could you give us a little bit more insight on how that is not necessarily true or how it differs from the truth?
Definitely. I'm from the Rio Grande Valley, so I'm not white, don't fit most of the stereotypes that come into Greek life. Being Hispanic, being so far from home, having this different outlook on life, and then coming to Nacogdoches and having it turned around for a positive sense. I say I went from mesquite trees to pine trees.
Yeah.
So not only that culture shock, but also being able to, I guess, see the difference that it makes looking back on it now in my life. like I said to you, this chapter, I can only say, I sound so biased, of course, but nothing but positive things have come from this. And sorry, the question was again why I chose it.
How did the stereotypes how are they differ from the truth?
In terms of the partying, the excessive drinking, I personally don't indulge in that all too much. I mean, it's really not something I've been interested in. So coming into SFA, feeling that kind of rift between I know what sororities are compared to what I particularly do myself didn't really align. But again, coming to SFA is just unique in itself too. I feel like it's smaller. My professors know my name. My friends all know my name. I know everyone that lives in the house compared to College Station, where you might not know every girl in the chapter. So it's definitely been nice to have those stereotypes kind of taken down here on campus, at least in terms of, I know hazing's a big deal too on many college campuses, and our chapter has been so blessed to have clean hands and to be able to welcome our new members appropriately. And as a new member coming in, it was very comforting to have that experience, and I'm very grateful for it.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that, because I've heard horror stories. Don't know if they're true, and I pray to God that they're not true.
There's many.
But you know, it was back in the day.
Times changed.
Time has changed. It's not like that anymore. But that's all we have time for today. But for our viewers watching, how do we get more information about Greek life and about Alpha Chi Omega and the Panhellenic Council? How do we get more information?
So our Instagrams are all open. We have our Panhellenic Council, we have our IFC Council, and we have MGCs. So we have a good variety for what anyone might be looking for. It's a great way to get out there and meet people that aren't like you, and just have a better time on campus.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you, Emma, for joining us today, and thank you, viewers, for tuning in for SFA All Access. For more episodes of other Jack TV content, you can find us on YouTube at Jack TV SFA. We'll see you guys next time, and act some Jacks.